Hello and welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so that means we're playing Valley by Night River City, our Vampire 5th Edition actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Duba playing Walter, Eric playing Kyle, Jeremy playing Egidio, and Sarah playing Emma. Now, we missed last week, so who remembers what was going on the week before that?
I remember I have to make a roll. What's the dice for that?
Oh boy.
2.
We're on the run from some Camarilla because we found their explosive guy.
They crossed the border
Mm-hmm.
and are making their way towards us, and we have contacted other people that are making their way towards us. And all of us will be making our ways downtown.
Most of us.
At least one or two of us. We will be walking fast.
All right. All right,
Also
let
get my
me
character
see.
sheet up. That would help.
It
Maybe.
might be useful, or it might not make the slightest bit of difference. All right. I think this is the one I need.
I like the idea that just you're guiding this thin blood, where you guys need to take him, and you're just having this remorse test of like, how did I feel about killing that person earlier in the night?
Do I feel the same about killing that person as I do about possibly killing this person?
That's right. I had forgotten. You said that. I'm sitting here going, "What does she need to roll? What does she need to roll?"
Yeah,
That's
it's a remorse
right.
test.
Yeah, remorse.
You had whacked somebody, unintended.
Yep. Upside, she's not hungry.
This is fair. All right, and
Make him useful later, we'll find out.
nope, that's not the right chart.
You're just never gonna hit Golconda ever.
Yeah,
Social
luckily she wasn't
damage.
going for that.
Interestingly, I don't think they have a this toolkit here does not have the chart for that.
Boo.
So over to the PDF. All right, now what is this roll called exactly?
Remorse.
Remorse. Isn't it the unmarked humanity?
Unmarked humanity with half your will, a third of your willpower, or the other way around. I don't remember.
All right, page 239, I believe.
You can also just tap on it on Roll20.
Oh, that's
It
right.
does have a remorse.
I forgot you had a remorse button. Then yes, just click your remorse button. Let's see what that does. It's a shame though. I managed to find it.
It asks remorse dice.
That's useful. All right. Roll a number of dice equal to the unmarked, unfilled dots on the humanity tracker. For example, a character with 6 humanity and 2 stains would roll 2 dice. The maximum number of dice in a remorse roll is 1, even if the whole track is full.
It's the missing humanity between.
Roll a number of dice equal to the unmarked, unfilled dots on the humanity tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Because the dots of humanity you have are the ones that are filled in.
Yep. Interesting mechanic.
And then no willpower doesn't factor in on this, and that one nothing's just was frenzy.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking of a frenzy roll.
But as I said, you've only got the one stain.
Mm-hmm. At least one success means successful, remorseful character retains humanity. Okay.
Right.
I got 2 successes, so she retains humanity.
Okay. So you do feel bad
Yeah,
about
people
that.
die.
Well, no.
I'm sorry I did it.
If you make the
There you go.
roll, you are remorseful about what happened. It's when you can just shrug it off that your humanity dips.
I see.
All right. But you had pulled. All right. So this thin blood that you have that was with the explosives. Somebody had dominated him,
Present.
and y'all were walking him
Thank
out.
God it was you.
That was here around the summer courtyard apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Really sounds like a place I should put some fae. Oh well. Hindsight's 20/20.
You said put Faye.
Changelings, whatever they call them.
I mean, you could have and just not told us.
That's true.
But now we have suspicions.
There's a weird rock circle now.
Why
Hmm.
why
Don't
are
step in it.
mushrooms just continuously growing here?
You know Sammy was in the area. What if Sammy wasn't a were critter? What if he was a changeling?
You got to keep these idea monologues internal.
Oh, yes. All right.
Funnier this way.
It is.
A little bit, yeah. So y'all were marching him out probably around here, across the road, in the Parkway campus hospital.
Egidio.
That's where all the
was
motorcycles
already-
were coming across the belt line at you.
Egidio was already filling a bag full of explosives, and he had filled it by last session.
Filled it is a bit much. You had time to grab a couple.
Sure. And then I would like to attempt to arm one just on the door as he's leaving.
With a timer or a tripwire, or how are you doing this?
It would be a tripwire. The tripwire is just like wrapped around the door, so when they open it, it goes boom.
Is there even any door left?
Not the front door.
No, the door he came into
Oh,
the
bedroom door.
explosive. Yeah.
So you're just setting a trap for whoever comes to investigate this explosion
Yes.
later. Okay.
And he snagged a few of the explosives, and he grabs one. He's like, all right, that way they don't have it either. Is his plan.
All right. Egidio's going to need to give me a roll for that.
Absolutely.
Technology.
Intelligence.
I'm going to say wits because you're trying to do it quickly.
Same dice pool. I have a question for you, storyteller.
Yes.
Egidio has a specialty in jury rigging.
These things are designed to be set up with either a timer or a tripwire, so you're using just bog standard parts here.
Just wanted to make sure. All right, wits. No modifiers. 3 successes.
All right. Now, are you setting the tripwire up on the inside or on the outside of the room?
He's inside the room, completely inside, doors closed.
Okay.
And so he's gonna set it up to where when they open the door, like it'll go off.
Okay.
But he's trying to rig it as much as he can that they can't see the wire as they're opening the door. And then he'll swipe a couple more, and he'll swipe a couple more bricks and then leave.
Okay.
Where is the boom? There should be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Since you've tripwired the door, I'm going to
There's a window,
assume there's a window that is shattered, and the one of the interior walls is damaged where you could squeeze through the gap in it.
Easy enough. Then yeah, he's dipping, all cloaked up as much as he can. Out.
So while y'all are doing all that, or while you were doing all that, everybody else is out around here as these motorcycles are cutting across the parking lot here.
How far did our contacts say they were out? 'Cause
They
I know
just
we
said
called.
they just said they were coming as fast as they could. Which, keep in mind, at the very bottom of this map, you can see
Near the mall and
the chicken salad chick, which is the restaurant next to Kyle's bar. So, to give you an idea of what's just right below you.
Oh man, I had an even dumber idea. Oh well.
oh
I'm already
man,
out. Just have one hiding with the rest of the explosives that's just timed for like 5 minutes out.
What you do, just do what a buddy of mine did in a D20 modern game back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He'd been infected with lycanthropy, so it's D20. He had damage resistances and the werewolf healing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They were fighting a gunslinger that nobody could hit, with ranged attacks and stuff. So he just took a grenade in both hands and ran up and bear hugged the guy.
Hell yeah.
a valid tactic.
I mean,
Don't give
it
anyone
worked.
your ideas.
Ha.
You don't have explosives yet.
Yeah.
Now, different game system. I don't think you'd survive that in this one, but
Yep.
Emma is phoning Ada, trying to find somewhere that she can quickly go to stash this guy, because she has a feeling he has information that would be quite useful, and Ada is very persuasive.
That's one way to put it.
well, you get dominate. You can be persuasive too.
Yes, but Ada is far more adept at being persuasive.
She's very intimidating for somebody that's 5 foot flat at
Or
best.
something, yeah.
She's a very intimidating librarian. She's got that just librarian vibe.
Your book is late.
The glasses just drop to the edge of her nose, and she looks like over the rims, and you just die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my greatest disappointment in the Sandman series is you didn't see Thessaly. Not that this character's based off her at all.
If you go text the group chat, those not the bomb emoji itself, but like the explosion emoji.
How far out are
Yeah.
these guys again? Just
We
so.
can-
You're right here,
Yes.
and they
So
are cutting
we're
across
here.
this parking lot here, so they'll be on
Oh,
you,
they're-
and they'll be just right there any minute, or not
They'll
any
be on us in a minute. Okay.
in a minute at best, or at worst. Guess it depends
Emma
on which
did
side you're
park her car nearby, so she's going to try and maneuver the guy that way. She'll pass her gun off to. She'll hold it out. Who wants it?
Shit. Okay. Kyle's gonna head for his truck.
Iola will take your gun. Nobody else does.
Um,
Oh, okay.
He'll make his free, not needing to rouse roll of feral whispers. He'll tell Shiloh, stay with Emma, go with her.
Okay.
He's gonna get into his truck and
You're gonna drive the other way.
start it. No.
Run it directly into the motorcycles.
Yes. Actually. Because I did put extra resources into basically armoring the vehicle. So it's very sturdy.
The gas mileage completely tanked when you did that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can barely make it out of Decatur on a tank.
Well, he doesn't
Upside
really.
is a
he doesn't-
tank.
It is a tank, yes.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing that? I'm gonna get some water.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Emma, Shiloh, and your prisoner are they turn around and they're making their way back to Emma's car because you had caught the guy back behind the apartments because he'd run out the back door.
Yeah.
Walter, what are you doing?
In the back of the truck, launch.
I mean, that's a good question. Because I just done something. Be proud of me. I explained experience. Anyway.
Oh.
Because if I remember correctly, to get a third point potent, since I had 2, it would cost 15
Mm-hmm.
to get a 0.3. Fantastic. Fortunately, I didn't get anything nifty in terms of the level 3 stuff, but I went back for a level 1 because hey, it's free and it's actually not a bad way of transportation for Walter. He may have the upper body, but he's about to show the clan he didn't skip leg day.
His legs suddenly fill out.
Because he now has soaring leap, so basically he can now literally just clear football fields in a jump.
The Doritos legs suddenly filled out. Now he's just swole.
See, I'm still picturing them as long and spindly, but they like fold in half, grasshopper style before he launches.
You know what? We'll run with that.
They fully make a crunching sound every time.
Oh. Every joint in his leg crack. Joints that aren't even there.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right. And Kyle, you said you were basically you were hopping in your truck and charging them.
Basically, yeah. I mean, if they're all coming in a group,
Yep.
he's not gonna openly charge them where they can see him starting to rev up at them. So he knows he's not gonna be hitting them full force, but when they get close enough, he's gonna gun it, flip nos, and.
All right. And
If
Walter,
anything-
were you obfuscated? It's been 2 weeks. I can't remember.
I can't remember either, to be 100% honest with you.
I want
I'm-
to say possibly.
Possibly, but at the same time, what was I trying to think of? I'm assuming it's in pretty much in the dead of night. It's not really in the wee hours of the early evening. I can't honestly remember.
I want to
Mainly
say it was
just-
fairly early because it was the first thing we did that last night
Okay.
after the murder.
I mean, y'all did. It's at least 10 or 11, maybe closer to 12, because y'all did some stuff before you ran over here.
Technically, dead at night.
Technically dead night. He'll probably follow Emma, but he'll just stay obfuscated, and now with his legs catching up on leg day, he'll just kind of hop, keeping pace with her car as she goes.
Emma's just like, I don't need a backup. Branches can't see him, so never mind.
Walter just sends a text in the group chat with just a big old heart emoji and a big old "you" love you.
Just a frog.
All right. You see, excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah, and you see Iola aiming at one of the oncoming bikes with Emma's gun.
She did give the one with the incendiary rounds.
Oh yeah, I had assumed. Oh, okay, she does have dots and firearms. It was gonna be so much fun if she didn't.
What does this do again? What is this, a gun?
I know how this works. Do I turn to?
Oh, Rappy, you gotta make a new character.
Yeah, but you have to break that to her.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And he was never heard from again.
Honestly, bonus points if I did that and it just went to commercial on Twitch.
All right. Well, I am going to let Iola go first. Let's see, is that going to work if I just press the button?
Ooh, excuse me.
No, I have to tell him what. That makes sense, I guess.
Welp. At least 2.
All right, so that's 2 successes for her. She's not really hiding, so the back rider is going to try to avoid. And he gets 4. He just zips to the side. As they get up closer, you can see there's 4 bikes, and there's 2 per bike. The ones in the back, the ones sitting in the back, all have weaponry of some kind.
Sure.
3 of them have guns. One of them's got a sword.
One of them has what now?
One of them's got a sword.
Okay.
You got 3
Reflex, but
ranged
okay.
and melee.
Standard D&D tactics.
Well, someone's got to keep the eye of everybody else so the range can do something.
All right, so one of the bikes veers off, going after Iola. The other 3 are pursuing Emma's group.
Cool.
I mean, they'll have to pass by Kyle and, first.
Yeah, he sees the 3 peeling off. He's gonna gun Nos and try to ram them.
All right, give me a drive roll.
Sure. Pull up my sheet. Because I forgot to do that, because yay, Didugs.
Regs.
Didugs. Alright, what trait am I using for this?
Let's see. Driving.
Composure, maybe? Oh, no, wait, that's probably not one you could use.
Wits or
May I?
Charisma.
Let's say, can I make an argument for strength, considering this vehicle is going to be accelerating very quickly and needs to be able to hold it steady?
Yeah, but it's more about aim if you're trying to hit somebody. I would probably go with Dex.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds
I'm going to make a rouse check to bump up my dex.
Okay.
I do not get any hungrier. So I actually have dice that aren't my hunger dice now.
Yeah, I feel that, buddy. Oh, God.
Okay. That is 4 successes.
Back 1 got 4. Back 2 got 5.
Mm-hmm.
And back 3 got 4.
Cool.
So, ties go to the player.
make up
So-
a damage. Make up a damage check for an armored car now, Jason.
2. So one of the bikes gets out of the way.
Okay.
Probably the one on the farthest end from where you were coming in from in at. They managed to accelerate and kind of zip to the side and just barely avoid you. The other 2 you plow into, folks go flying off of them.
Cool.
You kind of boom up over one of the bikes. One of the bikes you caught the back end and just kind of sent it spinning, and the guy's flying off it. Roll me 10 dice for damage.
Ooh.
Fantastic. Whew. Okay.
Uh huh.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Ooh, that is not bad. All right, so that is halved, so they take 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just a second, I'm just gonna look up. Mm, all right, so the ones with toughness would have only taken. All right. So yeah, you run flat over one of the bikes. You send one of the bikes flying. People just go flying everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your truck will also have taken some damage, but it's seeing as you reinforced it just for this sort of thing, it's not gonna be like disabled or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably want to take it to a body shop at some point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But this is particularly why he did this. It's because he knows that at some point he's going to have to run people over with a vehicle. And the greater the weight, the more damage it does.
All right, the guy on the back of the motorcycle is going to take a shot at Iola. We'll take a dice off because he's on a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
He got 3 dice, or 3 successes, I should say. And Iola. Her dexterity. Is it athletics? Yeah, we'll go there. All right, she gets out of the way. And that leaves a bike barreling down on Emma. But they won't get there this round, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as we start the next round, Emma, you and your crew are basically climbing into your car.
Yep, and she's like immediately throwing it in to go, not waiting for people to have belts on, and locking the kitty locks.
Now, Walter, did you climb into the car with them? Or were you
Yes,
just
sir.
escorting them to the car?
He's mainly escorting to the car. Again, trying to stay obfuscated.
Okay.
Just keep his element of surprise. So if he has to turn around, use those new cricket legs to turn around and hop into somebody, he's got the opportunity to.
All right, then Emma, you're peeling off with Shiloh and your captive. Walter, you see that one motorcycle that made it past Kyle is just laying the gas down. They're just beelining for her. Give me a roll for your obfuscate.
Sure, I need.
Let me look up that.
I think it's. Oh wait, let me get on the right page. I think it is.
What is that?
Wits
Sense the
discipline.
unseen?
Probably their wits discipline or discipline stealth.
For what?
I think for me it's wits discipline.
Ah.
If I remember correctly, because I have it set up to.
All right, a vampire with sense the unseen. Auspex 1 can detect obfuscated characters by rolling wits or resolve. By rolling wits or resolve plus Auspex versus wits plus off. So you roll wits plus obfuscate. They roll wits or resolve plus their Auspex.
Okay, let's see if this works. No modifiers as far as I know.
All right, whatever.
Not
Ooh.
bad.
4 successes.
Ah, here we are.
Oh.
So he's gonna go with his wits.
Obfuscate. Weird.
And how much obfuscate?
Oh, wait.
How much Auspex?
Right, because
Just
wits.
one.
My wits is 2, I think. Yeah, my wits is 2, and one of the obfuscate gets ate up by the conquered
All
dice.
right.
Yeah, that's accurate.
All right, so he got 2 successes.
I got 4. Woo!
None the wiser.
For now, anyway.
So yeah, the driver of the motorcycle, completely unaware you're there, just keeps beelining. You see the guy on the back is like leaning around trying to get a. Looks like he's trying to shoot one of the tires out of Emma's car.
Well, then, with your permission, let's see if I can't tackle him off the back.
All right. Are you trying to
His
tackle one?
ass.
All right. Are you trying to tackle the guy with the gun, the driver, both of them, or the motorcycle itself? What are you trying to do? You have options.
Oh, I know I have options.
Spoiled for options in your life.
You know what? For the funsies, let's see if we can't line up and dive right in between both of them. Take both of them out. If the motorcycle comes down with it, well, it's just bonus points.
Well, if you take them off, the motorcycle's obviously going to fall down, but yeah. Okay. I suddenly feel like I need a copy of their old Street Fighter game to figure out how this works. It had a lot of combat maneuvers, is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Sure are you, kid?
Interestingly, they brought most of those rules into the old game. You had a World of Darkness combat book.
Oh, did it delete information? Or-
So this would be Brawl.
Okay.
Or would it be Athletics? It's a tackle, kind of, sort of. Well, let's see what it says. Let's see. Grappling. A target can attempt or a combatant can attempt a grapple, hold, or tackle by rolling strength plus brawl.
Woohoo!
And, covering the distance and stuff with that leaving ability doesn't require a roll. I mean, that's just... Especially since you're not really going for long distance here, So strength plus brawl. I think you got potence that would factor in. Let me...
I do have prowess, but that would constitute a rouse check, and it's looking a wee bit skippy because I'm at 3 hunger.
If you do it while you're in midair, it's gonna kill them faster. No, I'm kidding. Do it. Do what you do.
Well, I mean, at this point, it would give me an extra 3 points to throw in. I
Mhm.
do believe, or 3 more dice, so that would be a +3 modifier.
It would. I think we figured out it doesn't add extra dice; it adds extra
That's
damage.
the damage.
Yeah, extra
Okay.
That was something we figured out with Blackjack last time we played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's see what RNG says. I'm a hungry boy. Emma, don't do anything a Healy worth around me because, just forewarning.
She don't know.
She don't know.
She won't know. The person behind the facade. Well, good luck.
Eh, she was stupid and did that kind of stuff around Kyle mid fight too. So she's not batting too much on tracking people's hunger.
Fair enough. Well, I mean,
Alright,
in the
then.
roll didn't succeed, but if I'm mistaken, it's active. So if I actually
Succeeded, you just
land
got
the
hungrier.
hit, so rank the pros. Roll. Strength, no modifier. Heat. Ooh. Oh, that's 2 10s.
Yes, it is. But none of them were in the hunger dice.
Lucky me.
So that's
So that actually makes a total of 7 successes you got.
Mm-hmm.
They're not making any kind of defensive roll because they are not aware you're there.
Yet.
Ambush crocodile.
Oh dear.
Plus the 2. So that's
And if that's adding in the extra 3 from prowess now.
10 points of damage.
I will be right back.
Alright. Alright. So that is 10 points of damage. And yeah, you just, your head goes kind of like right between their bodies and you just catch them with your shoulders. Those extremely wide Dorito shoulders of yours.
It's just like, all right, we're doing this. Whoa! Just take them both
And yeah,
down.
and you hear the bike hit the ground and start skidding. You hear that metal on asphalt sound. For that brief second that you're in the air, and then you just hit the pavement. Well, they hit the pavement and you're on top of them. Sliding across the asphalt.
I've done good
you know,
today.
The severe road rash they're getting, you smell blood instantly. As they're probably leaving little smears on the pavement. But alright, so that's 10. For the Malkavian, that's half to 5. The other guy has got Fortitude, which comes off before a half. So that knocks off. Alright, so he takes 4. Alright, Walter, you're laying on top of them 2 guys. Let me see. Even or odd, Walter? Even or odd?
We'll try odd.
Hey.
Odd it is. The one that had a gun dropped his gun during all this.
Ooh.
And it's, it hit the ground and skid off somewhere. Not close enough by to be relevant. Alright. Meanwhile, Egidio, you have stepped outside just in time to see, Emma peel off, these guys coming, and then just suddenly they're just flying backwards. And Walter just sort of materializes into view.
Kyle's running some over with a truck.
They got like a block away. That's really funny. Okay. None of them are coming this way then?
None of them are coming out the house, no.
Okay. He's gonna assess the situation. See that his allies have got that. He's gonna go back to filling his bag.
It's
All right.
trick or treat and someone just left the bowl of candy. What would you do?
Egidio, since you're the one that's the least occupied right now, give me a wits awareness.
Okay. Like, and I guess that's an idea too, is to look around for threats. What am I looking at on? Yeah, I'll do it. All right, I will rouse. Cool, I'm hungrier. That's fine. And then I'll roll. Awareness. Wits. Modifiers 2. Click. Successes.
You hear police sirens.
That would cause him to leave.
Because don't remember, a bomb did go off last session.
Yeah.
Last session.
Yeah. by the time they actually get here.
You also see a lot of people like looking. You see a lot of curtains moving as people are looking outside.
Can't see me.
Uh,
But yeah,
No.
yeah.
One older fellow has actually stepped out on his front yard. As Emma goes zipping by.
I think Achia's just gonna make sure the large masquerade breach is stays away from people. And then
That's a name. It's Walter.
Yeah, I know. And then he'll run up the block towards his allies.
All right, Kyle, what are you doing? You've got 4 scattered individuals picking themselves up.
How scattered are they?
Let's see. 2 of them basically landed. Basically, the bike that you hit the best. Those 2 rolled across your hood and kind of fell on either side of the truck. So they're kind of like right behind you at this point because you kept going forward a little bit. The other 2, you flipped the back half of the bike and sent it spinning, so they kind of flung away from you. So 2 of them are fairly close to the truck, and 2 of them, are a little bit further away. You could potentially spin a wheel and try to hit one of them if you wanted to.
He's gonna back up over the 2 behind him.
Oh, okay. Let's see. If you're trying to hit both of them, I'm going to give you a +2 difficulty.
Sure.
Because it's doable. You back over one of them kind of as you spin the front end, so you might get a wheel on each of them. But, it's harder.
Yeah.
Let's see here. They are not Malkavian. There's the one.
They're not Malkavian. They did not see it coming.
No, the one Malkavian in the group also did not see what happened to him coming. So this is dexterity, athletics, I'm going to say, to get out of the way. Versus your drive.
Okay.
First one got a 3.
Alright.
They both got 3s.
4. I crit.
Hey.
And that is with the extra difficulty?
What was the extra difficulty you added?
2.
2. So so I would need 5 to hit them both.
Correct.
All right, so I did not hit them both.
Okay.
I at least hit one of them.
And you said you got 4?
Yeah, with a crit.
Yeah, I'll say you hit the one of them, yeah.
Alrighty. 10 dice.
This is roller. Well, the weight would still be a factor. So yeah, go ahead, 10 dice.
Uh, 6.
6 minus his fortitude, and then halved. So that's 2 onto what he already had. All right, he's looking kind of scuffed up. Like scuffed up enough that a mortal would be trying to rush him to the hospital. By kindred standards, yeah, he's scuffed up.
Yeah.
He's not a masquerade breach exactly, but he'd be drawing a lot of attention.
Kindred standards. Here, have this drink and walk it off.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
I'll say she ain't wrong, though.
All right, the driver or the other 2 guys that you were not trying to run over, they get back to their feet. Even or odd to see if the one that had his gun out lost it.
Even.
And the dice comes up 10, so
What a coincidence. That's what I rolled.
so that guy is
Freak without a paddle.
Unarmed.
yes, he is unarmed. I'm trying to decide what he's doing. He runs over to the motorcycle and kind of stands it up. But where you hit the back end, like the frame is like bent to the side. I mean, you ain't driving this motorcycle anywhere.
Cool.
His buddy, however, who had not had a gun drawn, draws a gun that was in his, at his side, and he fires at Kyle.
Okay.
I'm going to give him a 2 penalty for, he's having to shoot through the vehicle and stuff. Oh wait, you said you had the vehicle armored. Would that include does that include the glass being anything special?
Yep. Reinforced. It's
Okay.
not bulletproof, but it's
It's just sturdy.
I forget what it's called. How they like do that layering thing, where it's I don't want to say shatterproof, shatter resistant. It can take punishment, like blunt force trauma punishment, very easily.
Okay.
Kind of glass. I
But it's
forget what
not.
that's called.
But it's not specifically bullet resistant.
Yeah, it's not bulletproof glass.
But between that and him only being able to see your torso while he's shooting, I'm gonna give him a 2 penalty then.
Okay.
So he got 3 successes.
Okay.
So I gave him a 2 penalty, so that's 1 success. So yeah, he just opens up, and there's pot marks on the glass, well, bullet holes through the glass, and one of the bullets grazes you, which would be
Okay.
he only got 1 success, so it would be 1 point of damage, half, but even half the minimum is 1, so
Yeah.
you take 1 superficial.
But I still have toughness active anyway, so it would still be.
Oh, if you've got toughness up, then yeah, or there's still the minimum even with toughness.
There's still the minimum.
Oh,
Can't
okay,
go
okay.
below 1. But
Okay.
even if he like succeeded with all 3, it'd still be reduced to 1 anyway before getting halved. So
All right, so yeah, it hit you.
that being said, Kyle is not in good shape.
You do notice it does not burn when it hits.
Yeah.
This guy's using just regular ammo.
Regular. Okay. That's good.
You're asking of the criminal underworld has paid off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was the guy that was driving too, so he might not have been armed with the good stuff since they expected him to be driving. All right. So that is that. You ran over one guy. The other guy is just the guy you missed running over is just scrambling away. He's getting a little distance before he tries to do anything.
Makes sense.
Cutting over to Walter. All right, Walter, you're on top of these 2 guys. They're not happy about it. They're about to make their displeasure known. What are you doing?
Good question. Good lord. Let's swap back to the map. So again, he's basically on top of them after. Mainly, he's going to go for I would say the weaker looking at the bunch, which I think might be the Malkavian.
Well, you can't tell what clan somebody is. One of them is noticeably less buff than the other, but
Well, he's going for the relatively less buff guy. See if he can go ahead and beat the piss out of him before he has to deal with the other one.
ready?
Boop. Guess it's going to be another.
Oh, this This poor little nerd.
Stuff in a locker.
Geek the
Remem-
mage. Geek the mage.
Look, man, I only gotta hit you once, Sticks nerd. Just gotta hit you once. You're mine.
I'm glad you remember that.
Oh.
I cannot even begin to say how proud I am of the fact that you remember that.
All right, Walter. So you're trying to hit this guy, and he's fighting. Of course, he's wrestling back. He got 2 successes.
Oh, well, I mean, ties go to the player. 'Cause I was about to re-roll that to ensure that I hit.
Now, how much damage you do is based on how many more successes you got, though.
Well, I get an extra 3.
Oh, that's fair.
But I say, at least I hit, and I have an extra 3 tacked on. So that's a total of
Alright.
5. Yeah. Because 2 dice to hit, success-wise, with potent or prowess, that gives me 3 because of potence.
Well, that means you did 3 then, cause he got 2 successes,
Okay.
and
okay.
your damage is based on how many more you get than him.
Got it.
So 3 half, so he takes 1.
It's gonna be a slow fight, but hey, be all right.
His buddy, on the other hand, as you kind of, you knock them both down, then you kind of concentrate on the one guy. The other guy just rolls over and kind of climbs on your back and starts pounding on you. It's not a pretty fight.
He didn't imagine it was going to be, but he at least got them off Emma's tail, and that's all he wanted to do.
All right. This guy's got 5 strength. Ooh, he's only got 1 brawl though. Put his points in melee. All right, he got 1. Ooh. So he's rolling his. You'll need to give me a strength brawl roll as well.
Okay, please hold.
While your party is reached.
But he got 3 10s, so he's got 3. Ooh, he's got 3 critical dice. One of them's on his hunger dice.
So that's a bestial critical. Or
6 7.
messy critical. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, burning willpower to at least roll 3 dice.
Okay.
What was it 3d10s?
Yes.
Oh, well, 1 more success, so at least 2.
Oh, I was hoping for a 10 on one of those dice.
I mean, I can always burn another willpower, and we can roll 2 more.
Well, that's up to you, man. You got to beat a 7. You need to get up to 7 to avoid him hurting you, though.
And why not? We'll do it for the funsies.
All right.
Do it for the vine.
I guess it went up at least 1 more, so a total of 3. Since
No,
I
that 7 and that 8 are both successes.
Oh,
so
I
that's
don't know why it
1.
had to be like an 8 or 8 or higher for it to count.
That may have been Scion.
It is. Yeah,
Probably.
Scion was 8 and up. But that's because you had like stacking bonuses too.
So that gets you
Fair.
4.
Eh.
So he beat you by 3.
Oh,
But his is a messy critical, so he is breaching that old masquerade. He's climbing up on your back, and his plan was just to beat on you. But he's seen you beat up, his buddy, and his entire back is hamburger meat from where you slid him across the asphalt. So he just loses it. He just throws his head back, bares fangs, and tries to sink his teeth into you. So 3 points of damage. And And Kindred Fangs. Is there anything weird about them?
Yeah, they do. They do additional damage.
Right.
Bite attacks. There we go. They remove 2 dice from their pool to try to bite,
Okay.
and regardless of the number of successes rolled, Vampire Fangs do 2 points of damage with a win on the brawl roll, but they deal aggravated health damage.
Ooh.
Okay, so they all right. Even with that reduction, he still beat Walter.
You still beat Walter.
So you said it was 2 points of aggravated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless of however many successes he had.
Yeah, that is a factor. It could get excessive if they were allowed to do their successes in aggravated.
Alright, so when looking at this health bar, I guess 1x it counts, or no?
Yes, the X's are aggravated. So you need to X out 2 of the boxes. Let me look and make sure I remember this correctly. Oops. Not your humanity.
It's gonna be very difficult to heal you at Hunger 4.
Yeah, the X's are what you need to put there. So it slashes for superficial damage, X's for aggravated. So anyway, Walter, that really stings. And that old guy that's walked out in his yard, you just hear him, "What the hell?" And he's starting to mosey his way back inside.
Good idea, old man.
Yeah, but that's the best idea the old man can do.
Except someone needs to put him down.
You didn't see anything. It was just they were just fighting. There was no teeth.
Oh, the police. We've got a bunch of gall darn LARPers out here.
We're supposed to be under quarantine. People out here LARPing in the middle of the streets at midnight.
This used to be a nice neighborhood.
Trying to remember which of the big cons it was that the head security guy got a call one night that the vampire LARPers were rappelling between floors in the hotel.
That sounds like Dragon Con shit.
That sounds like Dragon Con. That sounds like
Because
Gen Con.
the dude's immediate response
like-
was that sounded like a problem that would take care of itself.
Dude ain't wrong.
Jude is not
Did not
wrong.
say a lie.
Kudos to that man right there.
That wasn't that first guy's time doing security for that con.
Probably not.
That man is so tired.
Oh, I went to a convention in October of 2001 at a hotel in Huntsville that's attached to the airport. Boy, the looks on some of the National Guard guys, because, they had the National Guard doing security at airports right about then. The looks on some of their faces as the con guys were going, back and forth. Especially the one very large lady that always wore handkerchiefs. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, what would Iola be doing? Oh, I see a munchkin.
Maybe shooting one of the people that is attacking Walter.
I like that idea. Because a critical failure could shoot Walter.
I was hearing about the ongoing war with the cheese pup that took her arm.
Well, all right then.
It's very serious business.
Sounds it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2 firearms. And she got 1 success.
Darn.
And I would give it a 1 penalty, 1 increased difficulty, because they're, all 3 of them guys are just wandering around. So her being careful not to hit Walter you know, the shot goes a little wide. You know, you see the spark on the asphalt as the bullet hits the asphalt and skitters away. All right. And Emma, you said you were peeling out. So you'd be running down this road here, Arcadia Drive.
Yeah, she'd be looking to see if Ada had given her any location to meet up at.
Hmm.
It'd just be something vague, like I need someone to show a high value item. Do you have any suggestions?
She gives you an address. Like if you see Auburn Street back here,
Mm-hmm.
let me move it where anybody else watching can see it. She gives you an address that's on Auburn Street, though it's further back off of where the map, where the map currently
Okay.
shows, but out of that no man's land.
She's not going to go like directly there because she doesn't know if she's being followed, but she is going to start making her way there.
Circuitously, I think that's the right word.
She's taking a scenic route. Also going to glance back and make sure Shiloh isn't doing anything like trying to eat the guy.
Shiloh seems to be watching the guy close, but the guy's dominated. He's just sitting there.
Shiloh, I will get you chicken nuggets and a pup cup.
His ear flickers in your direction a little bit at the word chicken. You're not sure if he understood the rest of it. Chicken, he understands.
Yeah, everyone knows chicken. Serendipitous route back towards that address. It
Okay.
says, I'll meet you there.
Let's see. And you're going out. We said you were going out that way. So yeah, when you get out on Westmead Drive, you head down a little bit, and a couple of cops pass you going the other way.
Drive casual.
Just turn your head, give them that vaguely interested look at, ooh, what's going on?
Pretty much. And then she's going to put something in the group chat of just like sirens. Like the emoji for cop sirens.
Nobody's got time to check their phones right now.
Egidio check his phone.
I was going to say, someone
Oh, yeah,
might.
yeah, GDO does.
Egidio looks at his phone. He's like, I knew that already.
Oh, yeah, GDO, what are you doing?
I think Egidio is going to seeing the problems kind of resolve themselves, keep going forward like nothing. And then the scene in The Dark Knight where the Joker blows up the hospital, and then it walks like he didn't just cause it. He's waiting for that to happen in that room so he can run away like, oh my god.
But you didn't set a timer, you set a tripwire, so somebody has to open that door.
Yep. But the police are on the way that way, so. Not that Egidio knows who's going to open the door.
Okay. Well, let's see. You'd have seen Walter and his guys fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have seen the old man. You've seen Kyle back
Oh, is
aboard.
Walter still scrapping?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, he's gonna hoof it a little forwards and then try to get into range to pop the guy. At least one of them.
Okay. With your pistol? Or are you going to run up in, fisticuffs?
Oh no, pistol.
Okay. Yeah, you got no problem getting close enough that you can take a shot then.
Mm-hmm.
+1 difficulty because you're shooting into a mass of 3 people.
Sure.
And, if you critically fail or something, yeah.
1 success.
Okay, so yeah. You're just like Iola, you're being careful not to hit Walter and it causes you to miss.
Yeah, I have. We both have the incendiary, so we have to aim it carefully. But he'll take one shot and be like, "Ah," and just get closer to the flesh pile.
Kyle, what are you doing?
Okay. Battlefield. How's it looking right now?
All right. You've just run over one guy.
Yes.
He is still laying on the ground.
Okay.
So he'll spin around trying to crawl away from the truck to get up and run.
Okay.
Yeah. One guy that you didn't manage to hit last time has jumped up. He's moved some distance away and is drawing a gun. So he's probably going to shoot at you this round.
Okay.
The guy that shot at you last round is still shooting at you. The guy that stood the motorcycle up is now lifting the motorcycle up over his head, presumably going to throw it at you.
Fun. All right. Would I be able to run over the guy trying to crawl away from the truck, just to add insult to injury, and ram the guy that's like preoccupied with lifting the motorcycle to try to throw it at me? Would I be able to angle it that way?
Yes. The way we would handle the dice roll is you would make your driving check.
Uh-huh.
And I would roll, the dodge for the guy on the ground. And the attack roll for the guy throwing the motorcycle. Because it's kind of like, can you hit him before he chunks it at you?
Yeah.
And basically, it's going to be like adding their successes together.
Yeah.
Sort of. I mean, if you beat the crawling guy, you'll definitely run over him. And then successes you have past that will be what counts towards hitting the guy with the bike.
Right. Okay.
All
Take
right.
a crack at it.
Guy on the ground only got 2 successes. It's not a good day for him.
I only got 2.
Okay. Well, the ties go to the player.
Mhm.
So you do manage. So you can roll damage. You do manage to run over him.
Okay.
But oh boy, doing the throw in is going to get the throw.
Yeah.
Pretty well unimpeded. Oh, that's some criticals there.
Mm-hmm.
So he got 6 successes.
Okay. I only got 4 damage with the truck.
Okay. So that is 4 damage on the one you already run over.
Mhm.
This is the guy you've already damaged a couple of times.
Yep.
So 4 halved is 2. Okay, he is not looking good at all. You've chewed him up. He's got one of his arms is bent all funny.
Mhm.
Ooh.
The tire basically ran over the face and kind of peeled that. He's had enough and he's pulling back, which is good because he's pretty much a walking masquerade breach at this point.
Yep.
To anyone that got close to him at a distance, whatever. But he is withdrawing.
Okay.
Let's see the damage for this guy. If I had it handy, I'd go dig out the old Aberrant book because I'm pretty sure they had motorcycle listed as a melee weapon in that. All right, let's see how much damage a flung motorcycle does.
What are you doing? Dual wielded motorcycles?
Have you seen the movie The One?
Yeah.
Have you seen The Incredible Hulk where he dual wielded a police car?
Yeah.
Okay, so damage-wise, he got 1 success on the dice.
Uh-huh.
But another 2 for his potence.
Okay.
Let's see, your armored vehicle. Your windshield is pretty well busted out at this point.
Makes sense.
I'm going to say that it didn't get to you proper, but the windshield's pretty well gone at this point.
Gotcha.
Back wheel came through like on the passenger side, and as the bike fell off, it kind of pulled the rest of the windshield out. What hadn't already broken out. So it's just open air at this point.
Okay.
Would you feel your phone ping, but
He looks at it.
glancing around the battlefield, you see Iola checking her phone. And then she yells out to everybody else occupied in the fight, "The police are coming!"
Oh, I knew that already. He says it again.
Walter, what are you doing? I think you're the only one who has not gone yet.
Mhm.
Oh. Well, he's still. There we go. He's still in that little predicament of a situation.
Yep. The guy under you still trying to get out from under you. The guy biting you still trying to bite you. 2 bullets have whizzed past you guys.
Well, if he can manage it, the guy biting him, he's basically going to grab his head and just kind of rear back and slam, take his full Dorito weight and slam him into the slam on top of him.
All right.
That's the goal, anyway.
Strength brawl.
Uh, 3 successes at least.
One, two, three, 4 successes. So you go to slam him back, and he kind of twists you around so that both of you just kind of flop over on your side. And he, once more sinks his teeth into you. You're pretty much off the one guy. He manages to crawl off. Up. And he starts shouting at the guy on you that they've got to go. Basically telling his buddy, get your shit together, because the guy biting you has been, he's not frenzying exactly, but
He's kind of there.
he's kind of still caught up in that miss from earlier. But his buddy's like slapping him on the shoulder, trying to pull him off of you. And this next round, all the cam guys are just trying to get out of Dodge. The police sirens are getting loud enough now that even those of you occupied in the fighting realize you're hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
So they are taking off across the parking lot. Heading back towards the belt line.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing?
Well,
What's that address?
Okay. Is somebody's TV on?
Sort of. I should make it better.
All right. All right, let's start with Walter. Walter, your 2 combatants are The one guy's kind of pulling his buddy off of you. So they're leaving unless you want to do something to prevent that.
He's probably not going to try and provoke anything else as bad as it's already getting. He's probably about to, again, use those new profound legs and get himself gone.
All right. So you're basically hopping away.
I want to do something subtle. Jumps like a fucking grasshopper.
If nobody's paying attention, they gonna pay attention to Dorito just sailing through the air.
Jado looks up. Put a pin in that for later.
Rub his blades together like a cricket and go.
There was some anime character that would leap into the air and hover there for a minute while he said something and disappeared. Who was that?
I don't know.
Mm.
Was it the tuxedo guy from Sailor Moon?
Tuxedo Massacre is like, you didn't do anything.
My work here is done, but you didn't do anything.
It might have been. I don't know.
Might just be. I think it might just be even be an anime trope.
Could be. Could be.
Could be.
Sailor Moon, though, my only
Might be.
experience, my only exposure to that was walking through the living room while my little brothers were watching it. And then I would make fun of them for watching it and leave the room, and they started arguing over who had actually turned it on. It was great fun.
Just to cause chaos. I respect it.
But that comes up because I'm just picturing Walter launching himself into the air and then obfuscating as he's flying through the air.
Basically. So, all right, bye. Just gone.
Don't hit yourself.
Iola runs back behind the apartment building that y'all been fighting, kind of in front of it to one side of.
Hmm.
Kyle, what are you doing? All your guys are trying to scramble away.
Yeah. He's gonna try to hit that one dude on his way out.
All right, so you're trying to run over the
Okay.
same guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Just insult to injury. He wants him gone on his way out.
Hate to leave a job half finished.
Yeah, basically.
All right, dude only got 2 successes, so
Fantastic. I got 3.
all right.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So,
Yeah, give
10
it a go.
damage.
Let's see. So that's another 4 total he takes. So he is drifting into aggravated territory now.
Yay.
And he does not get back up after you ran over that time.
Good.
Now you said as you were getting out of there, so where are you going?
Hmm. He's gonna head into the slums.
Well, you're around the Summer Court Apartments.
Yes.
The police are coming down this road.
That road. Cool. He's gonna cut through here.
All right, so you're just cutting across the grass. It's kind of a grassy
Yep.
area. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not a problem.
Yes, that's where they came from, and they got over there on bikes.
Yeah. I mean, there is some there are some trees there, but it's not like wooded. It's just sparsely treed with grass.
Yep.
So you cut off into the parking lot, in front of the big bank, and y'all's office is over here. I don't suggest stopping at your office, but
No, that'd be a bad idea. But yeah, what he's gonna do is he's gonna get on the belt line and then sort of circuitous around to. No, he's not gonna hit the slums actually. He's gonna sort of loop around and then see if we can get to the body shop.
okay. Give me wits. Is it stealth or is it Yeah, stealth. Basically seeing if you can avoid any police in the area.
Sure.
You need 2 successes. Well, you're in a big messed up truck that's the damage is noticeable at a distance, so you need 3 successes.
Alrighty. Biscuit for the biscuit. I'm not any hungrier. I'm glad I did that because I got exactly 3.
There's some you narrowly avoid the police a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's more and more cars are showing up. There's once or twice that you just get past the road as they come around the corner. So, they see your truck, but they're seeing it from the back, which is undamaged.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you got out of there. Walter, of course, gets out of there without any trouble.
Mm-hmm.
GDO, are you still? Let's see.
No, he's not still shooting.
Uh,
Took that one pot shot and saw that they were leaving. He's like, all right, I'm done. And he goes, finds not an alley, but somewhere discreet to be. Which probably easier for him on foot versus the other people on, in vehicles.
all right, that is everybody. So yeah, you're standing where you can see what's going on as the first 2 police cars whip into the area.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they show up, people start, sticking their heads out the door. The old guy that saw that guy lose it on Walter and just bare fang. He comes hustling out to the police.
Yep.
Let's see. So yeah, the rest of y'all got away. Now, Gio, are you going to try to slink away as quick as possible, or are you going to hang around and see what the police do?
I'll hang around hidden.
All right, kind of shadowed up in a corner
I'll
somewhere.
shadow it.
Okay.
Yeah, just... part of a GDO is also curious to see if someone's going to open that door.
All right, so the first 2 cars, they start, with everybody rushing out, they immediately start getting everybody back. They kind of secure the crime scene. They're just getting started when more police are pulling in. It's like most of the cops on duty in Decatur are here within 20 minutes. And you see them questioning everybody.
Group chat. So I'll text the group chat and be like, "Damn, they got every cop indicator over here."
So they are
go steal from a Walmart or something.
They're spending a good bit of time talking to the old man. They're not letting anybody into the house where the explosion took place. The other people in that building, they've evacuated or they pulled them out and have them over to one side. And it's probably a good 30 minutes later Did you see a van pull up?
Ah, they got the bomb squad.
Probably the bomb squad from Huntsville. I don't think Decatur has one.
As the bomb squad gets there, I'm gonna activate heightened senses and see if they all have heartbeats. Like, just listen in and make sure they all have heartbeats.
Okay, give me a roll.
Mhm. Four successes.
Okay. There's a lot of people moving
Especially if it
around.
says like Huntsville on the vehicle.
Yeah, the bomb squad vehicle does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the bomb squad guys that get out, you're pretty sure are human.
Okay.
I mean, that does not rule out ghouls, but
Sure. Ghouls are a particularly stealthy thin blood.
But possibly. You're not sure how many thin bloods walk around, with their hearts beating all the time.
Yeah, well,
Sounds like it'd just be exhausting.
keep up appearances and all that.
But yeah, then the bomb squad goes in.
Then the bomb goes off.
Nah, they rolled pretty good on their wits awareness.
Yeah.
So, an hour or so later, the bomb squad comes out. They've got, a bunch of the detonators. Egidio, you hear him talking to the regular police. Oh, Vancouver by Night's in the chat. Just now noticed.
Hey, Vancouver.
Hello, hello.
Thanks for coming by.
You missed all the action.
But
By action, you mean chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, when they saw that damaged wall, they peeked into the room, and
Yeah,
from that
for
angle,
sure.
they were able to tell that you had to. So
He sees them like peek over the window and be like, "All right, I guess."
So they basically just wound up widening that hole and getting into the room that way.
Mm-hmm.
The police seem to be quite upset at how much explosives were in that room.
Yes, excellent.
Don't think we need the map anymore. So you spend some time doing that. While you're doing that, Emma, you take your careful little route. You get to that house that
Ada.
yes, Ada had told you. And when you get there, the garage door is just already open.
Pulls in and looks around to see if she needs to close the door or if it's going to close automatically.
As you're looking around, it starts to lower.
That's pretty nifty.
I think you all get a text in the group chat like, "Hey, where's the next session gonna be?"
Emma holds on answering that until she looks around and sees who's putting down the door, essentially.
You don't see anybody. You get a message from Ada saying she's about 2 minutes out.
Okay. She sends back something. How quiet do you want me to keep this location, or do you mind if some friends come on by?
Yeah, invite whoever. It's a disposable location.
And I imagine they're being a lot stealthier than disposable location, and
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. It's okay. It's just a rental.
There you go.
I was going to turn it into a B&B later.
Yep.
Yeah, she'll send the rest of the group the address.
Yep. I'll get like 3 blocks out from where shit's going down, and then call an Uber.
Emma will go into the main part of the house with Shiloh and the Thin Blood. She doesn't set any further orders to the Thin Blood, so the follow me and keep quiet are probably still holding unless I need to reroll.
No, we'll let it go for now. But you get out in the living room, and the house is furnished, and it doesn't quite look lived in. It looks more like a show house, but it's got all the right furniture, and the power's hooked up, the water's hooked up, there's cable, It's just a little too clean. There's just not any signs of life.
She's just gonna probably sit at a dining room table or something and wait for the rest of the party to show up.
Okay. Yeah, Ada gets there in just a few minutes.
Are there any text of the other people she sent or that they sent texts out to arriving at the location, or any response from the others?
Yes.
No, they.
Your sweeper gets back to you. They were all cutting across, starting to cut across that parking lot. Basically, they saw Kyle as he was driving off, and then all the police lights, so they kind of had to slam on the brakes.
Yeah.
So he basically said he gets in the group chat. What was it? Hey, are y'all all right? I noticed there were I noticed some police cars out y'all's way.
Was Jiddu in that group chat?
I think we're all in the group chat.
This is all the Barons. The sweeper. This is one that the sweeper, the Barons, and Ada are all in.
Okay. Where is it?
Emma put something like, "Yeah, I heard a loud noise. Any word on what that was?"
Egidio will send the track 1999's Lil Wayne's debut song "The Block Is Hot." Posted in the group chat.
Oh yeah, classic. We meeting up anywhere?
What do you say?
He said, oh yeah, that's a classic. And then he asked, are we meeting up anywhere?
Well, Ada said it's a rental, but I don't have that information.
Emma will call him with the address. She put the address also in the Baron chat.
Okay. All right, and Kyle, while they're getting situated, you make your way around to the body shop, which is locked up at the moment because
Yeah.
But there are other vehicles parked outside,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them are some of them have got some damage.
Yeah, he's gonna park there. Open up the toolbox, swap out the plates. Change pull out the papers for the new plates, leave them in the glove box, pull out the ones for the old one. He will sort of fold the old plate up and just put it in a pocket of his coat and the old papers. So in case anybody got a view like this is this vehicle's like ID, like their license plate or whatever. Does it work? I don't know.
That one
Will it? Maybe.
That one cam that you kept running over got a really good view of the license plate one of them times. Later that night, he's just looking in the mirror, writing down the license plate number so he can call it in the police anonymously.
Well, I mean, it's you. We never know.
So yeah, sure. About the time you get that guy set down on the dining room table, Ada's getting there. She walks in. Y'all shown her the pictures that Iola had managed to take of a couple of those guys. So, she recognizes him. This one of our troublemakers?
Yep, he's the reason that things went boom this evening, and I'm guessing tied to why the cam decided to cross borders. You're a bit more persuasive than I am. I was wondering if I could ask you to use that specialty.
Oh, sure. Why would the cam scramble to save a Dustborn?
I don't know. He might, though.
Alright. So, within the hour, everybody has managed to meet back up here.
Mm-hmm.
Which winds up being quite a decent sized crew once your sweeper gets there, because he gets there with basically all the guys he had gathered up.
That's fair.
So it's a fair number of Bruja.
Mm-hmm.
You think you can handle getting the
So, and you see, Ada starts kind of working on the guy. All right, what do we need to ask him?
Why the cam would give a single fuck about him. Why he was talking to that guy, what the purpose of the map was.
The guy was his partner. They were both embraced by the about the same time by the same person.
Who was that?
He's not sure. Their sire didn't hang around. It's just
Ah,
it was both of them waking up with amongst some dead bodies. So they had the whole figuring out what had happened to
trauma.
him. Yeah, they had the whole figuring out what had happened to him. But basically, they're from down around Birmingham. As far as why the cam would care, they're explosives experts, so maybe they're useful.
They interacted with the cam before?
But Birmingham was a cam city, but it was fairly hostile, so they had to get out.
Why were they in Anarch territory and haven't presented themselves to any of the barons?
The cam sent them here. They were here infiltrating.
Okay.
They had been told that y'all had a soft spot for Dustborn, which is one of the reasons they thought they could be used. They were supposed to get in and try to locate, find out what you were using the Dustborn for. Find out, eliminate any of them. Keep an eye out for Tremere. Well, actually, they don't say keep an eye out for Tremere. They say keep an eye out for Solo or any other Tremere. They have Solo. They were apparently given Solo's name. When you add, let's see, what were the? Give me that list of questions again. I'll make sure.
Well, the purpose of them being here, any names of the people they were working for and who they may have spoken to, like that were anarchs, what their further plans were, if they'd spoken to anyone supernatural but non-vampire.
No, to their knowledge, they haven't spoken to he. He's not aware of anybody that's not kindred. I mean, maybe a ghoul or something, but nothing kind of outside of kindred society. You know, being from Birmingham, they had he is aware of lupines, but hasn't like spoken to any of them.
So look at the others and be like, any other questions? Fire away, because he's not gonna leave this house.
There's a certain finality to that statement. But as far as the future plans, find the location of as many Dustborn as possible. Start eliminating them. That was not the initial order they were given when they got here, but that they were given that after they started discovering where some of the Dustborn were staying. Eliminate Solo if possible. They had the explosives they were going to use on some stuff.
What stuff in particular?
Anybody's lair they found, or haven they found, potentially. Like they could, if they figured out where any of the Nos were staying, they could collapse, the tunnels or whatnot. Though part of the plan was also to plant the explosives, like just crates, a crate of the explosives somewhere, and then report it to the police. As though people in this domain were stockpiling explosives.
Well, we are now.
I mean, we have to get it back from Huntsville.
I mean, there's
Again.
some you have.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all have any further questions or things you'd like him to expound upon?
Was it just him, the one thin blood, or were there others here? And what is the name of the other thin blood?
The other thin blood is named Mark. Mark Allen.
Okay. Yeah, she's just going to look at the others, including those kind of gathered. Just any questions you have, ask them now.
All right. Do any of y'all have any more questions?
I don't think it should you does. I think the only question he would really have is if they're made with, if these are just made like conventionally or made with like weird thin blood hoodoo.
Well, him and Mark do alchemy. But no, the explosives, the C4 is just C4.
Danger.
I guess the other question would be like, where did they get it from?
Their cam contacts gave it to them.
Hmm.
Like they told them what kind of supplies they would need. They gave it to them. They had the detonators for what they were going to, for anything they needed to do. And then, like I said, they were using some of the supplies just to plant it on people or locations and calling the police just to give extra, put extra pressure over the barons running this. Well, over the anarchy. They don't bother with your titles.
Yep.
They
Okay,
said
that's
they
right.
had placed some of them already, the stockpiles they were going to call in.
He tells you by now they should be. That's what Mark was out doing tonight.
I want a list of all the locations where they were planted.
He really only has two. They were going to put a crate in the dead man's drink,
Heh.
and then they were going to put a couple of crates stashed in the mall.
Look at the others. Could you make sure to go get those? And if you happen to run into that fine young gentleman placing them, kill him.
Yeah, Kyle he's leaving. He turns around and he's gone.
Ada is on her phone with what's her face.
Did Iola come back with the rest of them, or did she Malkavian off?
She Malkavianed off.
With her gun.
Don't worry,
Okay.
she'll give it back to you the next time she shows up.
She does have her non-incendiary round ones, and a headshot's a headshot.
That's fair. That's
Significantly
fair.
less on a kindred.
You can still ruin
Depends on
somebody's
what
day,
type
though.
of thin blood it is. Some of them don't heal as well as kindred.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the only reason Jolene healed good was because I took the trait that made her heal like a kindred.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, Ada is contacting, her people at the mall. And Kyle, when you go to leave, one of the brew halls, oh, here, boss, and tosses you the keys to his bike. Since you had to hoof it.
Thank you. And he will.
Is
This is-
there? Go ahead.
Is he speeding? Maybe.
If she were to say like remove a finger or something, would that instantly decay, or would that hold for a while?
Yours or someone else's?
The thin bloods.
The accelerated decaying that a kindred does tends to be based on their age.
No.
And there are no old thin blood, so his finger would probably decay faster than a normal person's. But not like, not like in one night or anything.
Inwardly, she's trying to debate if she wants to just shoot him in the head or rip out his throat, or what she wants to do. She tries to be nice, but you've messed with her friends and her territory, and it's been a rough couple days. And
Well, everybody in the room seems to, be more than happy to take a piece of this guy. Yeah. Let's just say he has no friends in the room. I mean, unless he knows some Nos, because there's always a Nos in the room.
There's always a Nos in the room. I keep mixing them up. Miles is the sheriff, correct?
I believe that's right.
It was Miles, and I can't remember the other guy's name. It started with an H, I think.
It's Miles and Kincaid.
Kincaid, not an H. Yeah, she'd look over at Miles and be like, "You would probably be cleaner about this than I would if you would please make sure this is his last night."
Oh, sure thing. And he kind of gestures to some of his crew, and they just walk around, snatch the guy up.
Keep a piece of him. I'm sure the Cam would like to know what happened to their informant.
Yeah, you get an odd look. They give you an odd look, but there's some respect in that look.
How very Targaryen.
She's a little angry. Not angry enough to do it herself, but
Angry enough to get one of her subordinates to do it.
she feels like they might enjoy the
Just let
visceral.
off a little bit of stress.
Yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
visceral process, and she has a feeling that they're a bit more suited to that than she would be.
I just get this impression of they walk out of the room and Emma just has this moment where she realizes, I've got goons. Like, intellectually,
Yeah,
she knew that before now.
Once again, very
But I just
very-
ordered my goons to whack somebody. I've really got goons.
I didn't realize I could get people to actually do this for me. Yeah, she'll just kind of. I'm assuming Shiloh didn't ride the motorcycle, and she just kind of sits down and scratches Shiloh's head.
Shiloh did indeed not ride the motorcycle.
You have to structure that sentence better. I thought he was like had a little helmet with ears
It'd be fantastic.
for like half of that sentence.
Need a motorcycle, a sidecar for Shiloh.
And it tells you, we've got people searching the mall to find out where they would have stashed them.
If you can get any video of him, pass it around. Let's try and find this bastard. Granted, with the explosion and his buddy getting napped, he's probably already across cam lines.
I will proceed to that myself, actually. No, head to the mall. Gotta do something. Starting to get antsy, especially with Kyle moving every time his bar, someone just gets sneezed at.
Like a dragon with a horde.
Yeah. Ah, I get that reference. And then Egidio will join the. If anyone's going towards the mall, Egidio will head that way. If not, he'll just Uber.
Okay. I am trying to remember. Okay, there's Ada.
Before Egidio goes, she's gonna be like, "You have the contact of our emissary, right?"
Yeah.
Probably not tonight, but maybe tomorrow. We might see if. Would it be appropriate for him to deliver a piece of a dead man? Or is that frowned upon?
We can make it look like it just I got the sense that there was some infighting within that particular sect of the cam. So maybe if we frame it in such a way that they don't know who sent it, just shows up there. It's like, oh,
Is it on a doorstep somewhere at the hospital?
Well,
just,
you have only exchanged emissaries with Stafford.
Yeah.
The
That's fair.
Nos Primogen.
Yes, that's what I was getting at.
And this Thin Blood has not told you.
Well,
he just spoke of the Cam did this and the Cam sent us here.
Mhm.
And it would have been one of the questions when she was asking names.
Yeah, and they never talked to like one of the Primogens types. They don't, even,
okay.
They weren't sure which high muckety muck was behind this, or if it was the entire group or what. You would probably have gotten out of him that the whole reason they're working for the Cam is the Cam offered to make them like full-blooded kindred.
That is a thing that they can do.
Well, maybe it's a thing that's rumored.
It happened. Well, it happened in the last campaign, so we don't know it's a thing. But like our player.
Yeah. I'm saying from the character's
Okay.
point of view.
Yeah. The Egidio wouldn't really care about that.
So yeah, basically, if they could take this territory back over or something, they were gonna let them eat somebody.
Delicious snack. All right, we'll put the piece on ice and figure out where to send it, maybe, or
Okay.
maybe just get rid of it.
Actually, before Egidio gets too far, Walter will ask one simple question. Sorry, friend. Did we
Yes.
happen to put a snack in the fridge?
Oh, yeah. There's always at least one. Depending on how well your stomach can take it. There's two.
Probably just the one. Thank you.
I'm just fine with one. But yes, snacks aplenty. I'll restock tomorrow, I guess.
Appreciate it. And Walter is basically going to go where he needs to tap the herd to at least sleep a hunger.
So basically, you're headed to the bar as well. But Kyle gets there first.
Kyle gets there first, is searching frantically for a bomb. You just go in like, "What's up, Kyle?"
Just sipping just a Capri Sun of blood.
All right, Kyle, you get to the bar. It's probably 1:30 in the morning by now.
Yep.
Off in the distance, you can still see a little flicker of light that the police are still busy, probably over that way.
Yeah.
But bar is closed by this point. Everything looks in order.
He's gonna search.
All right. Give me a roll.
All right. What would you like me to roll?
Let's see here. I'm guessing awareness.
Wits awareness.
Yes, just regular wits awareness. That might be something a little different, but
Okay. That is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if that's not enough to succeed, skull.
If for some reason 6 isn't enough.
The option's there.
it's a big true failure. Kyle tears his own bar apart looking for this thing.
Take a stain.
Only to find out Mark hadn't gotten that far before the explosion. No, you're tearing. You're going through. You're looking at every nook and cranny, every little storage space. And you find it like you've got outside where the dumpster is, and you've got like a little storage thing.
Mm-hmm.
That some of the like cleaning equipment and none of the food related stuff goes in there, but
Yeah.
and it's just set up on it's just set on the shelf there, with like a little cloth draped over it.
Got the styrofoam food stuff, the paper towels, and the C4.
But there was no damage. The thing was still locked like usual.
Mm-hmm. So the guy got in by like picking the lock or something, I'd imagine.
You've got security cameras?
That's true. Yeah, he will check. After he takes the... Well, no. He'll check to see if the box is trapped.
All right, D&D.
Yes.
It does not. No, you don't see any. There are detonators in there with the stuff, but they're not like set in the stuff. They're still in their package.
Okay. Alrighty then. On that note then, he will take the box and move it into the super secret lair.
Okay, so it's down in the speakeasy now.
Yeah. And the sort of... He basically has it where it's that kind of that hidden room where he could sleep if he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he's putting it.
Yeah,
So
that's the area
it's
we
in
call
the
the speakeasy.
It's in the hidden room of the hidden room.
You just see, I just have that visual. I still have that visual of just like, you're there like putting all these explosives in there. Walter's just there like, hey boss.
Just sitting on the table.
I would say as he comes out of the one secret room into the initial secret room, Walter is probably climbing down into that secret room, getting into the refrigerator.
Yep.
Hello, Walter.
Oh, sorry, sir. I just need a bit of a snack. Don't mind me too terribly much.
Alright.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, I did.
Luckily a dud, I hope.
Nope.
Oh, look at that.
Which means all the more fun for me. at some point in the future. Anyway, I have cameras to check, so you enjoy your meal, I suppose.
There.
So you check the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
You see right around closing time, you see a guy. You don't get a good look at his face because he got his hat pulled down, but he's carrying that crate.
Yeah.
He walks up to the door, kind of props on his knee. He opens the door, and before he walks in, you see him take out a bottle and take a big swig of something.
Okay.
Blood.
You know, I'm gonna say when he does that, you see enough of his face that you recognize this is clearly the Mark guy. You know, he's one of the two Iola had pictures of.
Okay.
As he walks in, you see Zeke turn around and probably tell him, "Oh, hey, the inside's closed, and we're getting to close or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
But then when Zeke walks up to him, Zeke just kind of stops as the guy's talking to him, and then he takes the crate and he walks out the back, and you see Zeke put it in the.
That's gonna end badly.
While he's doing that, the guy leaves, and then Zeke comes back in, and just sort of, he's just kind of there in the room until one of the other staff kind of walks up and gets his attention. He's like, kind of, gives a little start, and then everything seems normal after that.
Walter.
Yes, sir.
Hold the fort for me, please.
Oh, I have the whole building to myself. I should get myself lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, everything will be in place, even that last thing you sat down.
Good. I'd hate for it to wander off.
I'm just picturing you coming back, and Walter's molded a couple of the bars into balls, and he's juggling.
Do not play with the
Don't try
danger,
this at home,
buddy.
folks. This is a work of fiction. None of us have ever actually handled it.
Impact will not set off plastic explosive.
Funny
Now,
enough,
if he
yeah,
was rubbing his feet
researchers-
across carpet while he did it and built up a charge, then it might.
yeah.
I see. You're also on the storytellers who are on a watch list somewhere because of things they've had to Google.
That's what VPNs are for, man. Look,
The man ain't wrong.
that and watching British television.
Oh, because anyway. I don't trust the Brits to know what a bomb is.
So where's Kyle going?
First thing he's gonna do is go find lunch because he's hungry. Well, dinner probably. And then he is going to go hunting.
You just said you were going hunting.
Yes.
All right, so where are you gonna go try to catch you a bite?
Hmm. What time of night is it again?
It was 1:30, I think we were saying, when you were questing that guy. So by the time you finish searching the bar, it's probably 2:30, getting close to 3.
Okay.
So you've got about 2 hours before you really need to be thinking about getting home.
Yeah, he's gonna make a hunt within the domain.
Okay.
Have this companion cube of explosives somewhere.
Let's see. 4. Okay, and it's difficulty 4 in the domain, I believe.
Yes, that sounds right.
Gonna willpower reroll 3 of these,
Okay.
because that's only 2 successes so far. And my dice love these skulls. That's much better. Okay, so that gets me up to 4 exactly.
All right. Um. You go to the one place that even now you could reliably find somebody at.
Mm-hmm.
You go and you perch out the back of the Waffle House, and wait for somebody to bring the
Correct.
trash out.
Correct.
Waffle House welcomes anyone.
Fair
The
enough.
hungry and the destitute. Waffle House is a neutral ground.
Come one, come all.
Hmm.
So how much
Bring me your
are you
tired,
taking
you're
from them?
poor.
I am going to take 2 because I am at hunger 3.
Okay. But that's little enough that you don't do them any harm. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're chunking the trash in. And you just come up behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the other hunting you were going to do?
He's gonna go find Mark.
Okay.
Matt, whatever his name was.
I think it was Mark. Yeah.
Mark Allen.
Mark Allen. Yeah, okay.
All right. I think it would be wits awareness, and you get that thing about scent, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a roll.
Okie dokie. So 7 dice. Or 1, 2. And willpower reroll this 1 because that's a crit on the hunger dice and a crit on the regular dice. Okay, I mean that's turns it into a failure, but that's 3 total.
3 successes total.
Yeah.
Okay. You go back to the bar to where you know the dude was standing. You manage to pick up his scent. Because you're very familiar with the scent of your workers.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy being relatively fresh, and you get the stronger scent off that crate anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, you start tracking him out. Let's see. There's 2 trails going out into the mall parking lot. Probably one of them the way he came.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever seen the Family Circus comic strips where they have the kids running around with little dots behind it, that's kind of what I'm picturing you're doing here. But you're tracing the other guy's trail. So at some point he had swung by the mall. But the other path coming out of the bar, it comes out of the bar and around one side, kind of down towards where all the excitement happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts across the belt line.
Okay.
The way he's moving, you think he's on foot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you pursue him across enemy lines?
Do I get a vague idea of where across the belt line he's going? Or just across the belt line in general?
All right, let me. Where's the? All right, so if you look at the domain map. All right, so it's like he came out of the dead man's drink.
Mm-hmm.
walk around where he could kind of at least vaguely look in the direction of all the booming.
Mm-hmm.
And then he basically just cut straight across here.
Across where again? Okay.
Just right
So
where the
he's
dead
not,
man's drink is.
So not towards here, but like he's going into this general direction.
Yeah, I mean, where you'd have to cross the belt line into enemy territory before you could track to where he went once he got over there. Best guess, there was the explosion. Maybe he saw the motorcycles race across, and he was like, I probably don't need to be in this domain anymore.
What time of night is it right now?
Let's see. By the time you hunted, it's probably 4.
Don't have enough time.
On the other hand, anybody on the other side is gonna probably be trying to get back to their havens as well.
That's true.
How much do you want to push your luck?
And if I do find this guy, I could basically effectively kill him and use his haven for the night or day and then get out.
You could do it. You could do it. All right. While you're thinking about it, we're going to jump back to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the
brute to kind of do the same thing.
To do the same thing. What?
The same thing that Kyle did, like check camera.
Okay. You get to the mall. They let you in. Shoot, what was the Ventry lady's name? Does anybody remember her name?
Maybe in my notes. Let me look at them.
Big pardon?
Whose names?
The head Ventry lady that's in charge of them all.
Woodard.
Woodard, that was it. No, I've got it written down here somewhere, but I have very disorganized notes. So yeah, one of the security guys lets you in. GDO takes you straight to Woodard, and she lets you know she's got everybody, all of her people. I mean, she's got somebody stationed at each of the doors like usual, but everybody else is tearing them all, apart.
Do you have cameras? I mean, I know.
Oh yes, of course.
Cameras, but will you let me look at them?
Well, yes, of course. Of course, she's going to cooperate with the barons. They're being attacked by the can.
And yeah, and Egidio will look through the cameras.
Let's see here. Give me a wits awareness.
Okay.
She has one of her security people there, actually working the thing.
It'll be a big like sci-fi movie. Like, wait, zoom in, enhance, because they could do that at a mall. Wow, I am rolling like absolute dog water. I will.
The cameras in this mall are pretty good for mall security, but no, they're not. They're not TV.
3 successes.
3 successes. You spot a guy in a cap walk in. He's got he's got some kind of crate. There's cloth
check
draped
that
guy. Yeah, and he came in. Oh wait, I'm sorry. The mall would be closed, so he would not have been coming in.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have been running into somebody outside.
Okay.
So you see him knock on the door. One of the security guys answers. He talks to the security guy briefly, hands him the crate, and then he walks off.
Can you track? I'll talk to the person who's there, like checking actually there. Is like, can you track that guy, the security guy, from this moment? Just move it on.
They do for a little bit and then lose track of him as he walks back into the, not the cells area, the behind the scenes.
So it's like somewhere in the back area.
Mhm.
Okay. I will go back to Wooded and be like, it's somewhere in the back.
And, with that, y'all zoom in and they find it fairly quickly at that point.
Yep.
Woodard's like, Woodard doesn't understand how they got in.
One of your security is compromised.
All the security guys start looking kind of uncomfortable. You got a good enough look at the security guy, though, you can actually point out as that one.
I won't do it publicly, but I'll be like, Woodard, can I have a conversation with you for a sec regarding that contraband?
No, certainly.
And
She,
yeah.
The security guy that you point out, that you and the...
I hadn't pointed him out yet. But
I got you. So yeah, she brings you back to the office.
It's the guy on the left with the weird scraggles on his chin.
He's been with me for years.
Mind control's a hell of a drug. You'd know that.
That's true. Though if he can be dominated by thin blood. Oh.
A little embarrassing.
I'll have Ada give him a checking over.
Sounds good.
Make sure it was involuntary.
It looked pretty involuntary on the footage. Just, I would have seen Mark do the same thing where you take the swig first and then knocks on the
Well,
door.
you didn't see it, but the cameras don't pan out over the the cameras that pan out over the parking lot. You didn't have fine enough detail. He could have sipped it
But
before he got there.
oh, he would have sipped it before he got there.
Yeah. It wasn't one where you saw him at the door taking the sip right before the guy walked up.
It could have, but I conceivably could have seen him go like this somewhere on the footage, even though I don't.
Or seen him fiddle with a pocket or something. Yeah, there's possibilities.
He had a little juicy stash in his jacket. It looked like. Thin Blood Alchemy is fun.
Woodard's like, Ada doesn't think much of it.
Ada. The opinions of other ritualists compared to what they can accomplish with a box of scraps is sometimes jealousy. I'm fascinated by it. Make sure Ada keeps her tools out of sight, just in case they come back for a round 2 of Geeking the Mages.
Yes, we've taken steps.
Excellent. But
she didn't see the necessity of it, but I insisted.
Do you have a plan for that contraband? Because the cops are going to be here probably within the next couple of hours.
I think I have somewhere else that I can safely store it. Not on the property itself.
Sure. Just as long as you have a plan for it.
She has her security chief, who y'all met, I blank on his name.
Mm-hmm.
That she basically just tells him to take care of it. Meanwhile, Emma, the brute squad comes back and hands you a hand.
Nice.
They're like,
Inwardly,
dude,
might want to be throwing up a little bit, but
he's like, dude didn't have any tattoos or any noticeable birthmarks, but he wore that ring, so maybe that'll be enough.
looks over at Ada. Do you happen to have a cooler or something? Even one of those little cheap foam ones?
Oh, sure.
Fantastic. Does the fridge have an ice machine?
It does.
She'll just kind of ice up the hand and put it in the.
Yeah, she comes back with one of those little foam, the little cheapy foam coolers. The inside stained a little red, but
Ritualist.
Yep.
I'll assume you don't want this back. I'll get you a new one.
She's just kind of I mean, I don't need it back. Don't go to any trouble.
So just end up at some point buying her one from a gas station. And she'll put the hand in there and, all right, this has been a fun night.
Isn't it always? I'm not there, but isn't it always?
It always is. We should. It's probably close to about 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's getting late enough. Y'all are all thinking about
Okay.
trying to head home. Walter.
We'll
Oh, I'm sorry.
we'll meet up later. And she just kind of. She's just gonna walk because her car may or may not have been spotted, and this is an unknown location. So she just leave it here and hoof it back with Shiloh.
Okay.
Cooler under one arm. Actually, she might leave the cooler in the fridge at Ada's and be like, I'll come back for it tomorrow.
Ada gives you a key to the house.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
This was one of the places I was using as a lab, but, with everything going on, we moved it around, so
Probably a
It's-
good idea.
it's a quasi-safe house at this point. We probably
Yeah.
won't be keeping it much longer.
I'll make sure to pick it up tomorrow evening.
All right, and Walter is camped out in the speakeasy.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna try to heal any?
Yes, he will.
Since I know you fed.
It ain't gonna be much, but he can try. How's healing work again? I don't. You do it too terrible.
Oh yeah, that's the
You call
three-
Emma.
3 rouses for ag damage, and then one rouse for 3 superficial damage. But you have to do the aggravated before you can do the superficial.
yeah. And you gonna do what, one aggravated a day?
Unless you have a celebry.
Well, yeah.
3 rouse checks, you said?
3 rouse checks for 1 aggravated damage.
I really don't like my odds.
I've been rolling like dog water today, so I can't wait to have my dice again.
I want to heal because this would be a good time to do it, but at the same time, he's at hunger 3. It's only going to take me failing twice before anything's going to look like a wonderful snack.
You do have a salubri on speed dial. I'm not trying to godmother thing, but I'm just saying.
And you are aware of what Emma can do, at least to some degree. So if you wanted to wait for her to patch you up, that's reasonable too.
Yeah.
I would prefer you take your chances.
You
Yeah,
know
'cause-
you would.
We know.
Pays your money, takes your chances.
Take your
Oh.
chances while the salubri's there, and then have the salubri patch you up the rest of the way. So hunger frenzy.
Hunger
One of my
frenzy.
favorite things about Jason is that there are mechanics baked into this game that if you succeed too hard, the DM still gets to decide what happens. And yet, I appreciate that. No mercy, just keep going for more.
I just like the idea of Walter hunger frenzying just as the sun comes up, so he can't leave the building. And then Zeke comes to open the store.
No.
Just a big old Dorito hand just busts down the door. Sorry, friend. Just pulls him down to the speakeasy.
His last thought is, "Friend, I don't
Like a
know
trap.
you."
Like a trapdoor spider.
Never met you in my life.
Nah, he probably would just text Emma's like, hey, when you're busy, I could use a helping hand. Puts like a little doctor symbol or medical symbol.
Where are you at?
Dead man's.
I'm hoofing it that way. I'm taking Shiloh for a walk, I think.
All right, back to Kyle.
Shiloh's following, at least.
Oh yeah, he's sticking around. He was told to stick with you, so he's sticking with you.
The best boy.
All right, Kyle. Are you crossing enemy lines?
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose the trail.
All right, give me a. I'm going to assume that you're being stealthy,
Yes.
so go ahead and give me that stealth.
Mm-hmm. Come back here.
No.
Let's see. The cam guys wouldn't roll. It's just added difficulty to you for how locked down they've got the domain.
That is 10 successes.
Okay. So you slip across the road.
Dice, come back here.
And you don't have any. You don't. The trail is fresh. You don't really have any trouble following that.
Mm-hmm.
And the trail leads you back here to the Regency West Apartments.
Mm-hmm.
And right up to a second floor apartment.
Cool.
And now he's going to die.
Yeah.
Again.
Yes.
You say that, Kyle might beat down the door, and the dude just be sitting there taking his spinach.
Yeah, he's gonna. Is there a lot of movement around right now?
Give me wits awareness.
Sure.
I mean, not a whole lot by city standards, no. But give me wits awareness, see if you pick up on anything.
Uh-huh. Damn, dice. You're either rolling really well or really shit today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's not a lot going on. As you get close to that door, you can hear some movement on the other side of the door. Whoever's in this apartment is still moving around.
Okay.
You don't hear anything, like the ground floor apartments that you walk past, you didn't hear anything there, you didn't hear any TVs on, you didn't hear anybody talking or moving around.
Right. On that note, then, he is going to. This guy might have been panicked enough that he didn't think to lock the door. So he's going to he's going to sort of turn the doorknob, like slowly, to see if it's locked. Because it's one thing I've learned at work. Locked doors, the knob turns differently. Like it doesn't actually engage.
But alright, so you're checking the doorknob.
Mm-hmm.
It is locked.
It is locked?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a window right next door, or right next to the door. It's also, shut and locked and stuff, but
There's a window next to the door?
yeah, you got a door, you got a window. I mean, the curtains are completely drawn, you can't see through it, but
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Is there one of those peepholes in the door?
even or odd.
Dice say even.
And I rolled a 6, so that's even. Yes, there's a peephole in the door.
He's going to stand off kilter to it
Okay.
and on the door.
You hear movement. You hear somebody move up to the door,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't say anything, and they certainly don't open the door.
Okay, but I hear someone coming up to the door.
Yeah. More than likely looking through it, but if they don't see anybody, they're not opening.
Nifty. Door's going down.
I figured.
Alrighty. Strength brawl or athletics?
I would say strength
Didn't
athletics
put
for this, because this is just a feat of strength to knock the door down.
Cool.
Or rather, I guess it's a wood sandwich with the thin blood as the meat.
And whatever carpeting is like the lettuce or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's like cheese. It's cheese.
Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, yeah. Door just tears off its hinges. Just straight back, sandwiches this guy to the floor.
Okay. Rouse
That's
check.
over it like nothing.
I get hungrier. As feral weapons activate,
Okay.
and he's tearing into the guy.
All right. Find. All right. Give me your roll. He is going to be at a disadvantage. I'm going to drop some dice out of his roll for him being sandwiched under the door. So he's trying to avoid being hurt while getting out from under the door away from you.
Okay.
And his brawl is 2. 2 dice, Finley.
Right.
Yeah, you got 2
that's-
successes.
So I got 5, so reduced to 3 plus 3.
3 plus so you did 6 to him.
And unhalved.
Oh yeah. Let me see here. How many health does this guy have? All right. He is screaming bloody murder. Blood is everywhere. Ichor or vitae is everywhere.
Yep.
My eyes were good in my stomach.
And he manages to get out from under the door, but he doesn't really get any distance away from you. And then he even or odd to see if he's got one of his little flasks of stuff on him.
Dice say odd. I'm literally just rolling one of these numbered dice to see if I'm going to say even or odd at this point.
All right, so you said odd, so it's even, so he's going to have it with him.
Okay. Square deal.
So yes. So second round, he reaches into a pocket and pulls out another flask, and he's just going to try to drink it.
Okay. Do I make like a brawl roll to see if I can contest that, or is he just drinking?
You could try it.
Drinking it and swinging.
Well, it's the same potion. It was the same one he used earlier. So what he's going to do is try to drink that and then dominate you.
Okay. Having seen the footage of him doing that, as he pulled out a file, I'm gonna go for the arm.
Okay.
He has it. See if he can drop it, and it'll like break and all that all over
Okay.
the floor.
What was he speed dex for him because it's speed based. Not really brawl. I'm gonna say athletics because it's him trying to be quick about it.
Yep.
He got 1 success.
5.
Yeah, he doesn't have that arm anymore.
Okay.
And you do how much damage?
See, the 1 reduced to 4 plus 3, so 7.
All right, so that's 7. So that is 13 total health levels he's taken. So
I
he
don't
is
know if he has much of anything left after that.
he is well into the aggravated. Well, it has to loop back around because it's
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's superficial. It just doesn't get halved like superficial usually gets halved for vampire.
Yep.
So he has still got a little bit left,
Mm-hmm.
and he is just going to try to run away.
All right. I will pursue.
So this is going to be athletics, and I'm going to say stamina, just because this is just run.
Mm-hmm. What would you like me to roll encounter? Still strength brawl or?
If you're just doing damage to him, still strength brawl.
I'm bringing him down. No mercy.
Come on, you can have a little bit of mercy.
Nope. They went after his bar. No mercy.
They didn't try to damage his bar now.
They put a bomb in his bar. No mercy.
It wasn't an armed bomb.
The detonators are in there.
They dominate.
Holy smokes.
They also they dominated Zeke, and that's a no bueno.
This guy was clearly on the track team in high school.
Uh-huh.
He got 5 successes.
I beat you with 6.
This guy's remarkably fast for somebody that doesn't have celerity. He's out the door, he's down the stairs, and then you just kind of come off you just come off that balcony while he's running across towards the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. And that's an additional 4 from me for damage.
And that puts him down.
Okay. And so that's a thing. Let's see, you said we were here?
Oh, let me look on the. Yes.
Okay.
That's walking distance, man.
All right, so you just leave him terribly mangled.
What time of day is it?
Let's see, it was 4 when you crossed.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's probably getting very close.
probably 4:30ish.
So I've got about
A human might not notice the lightning, the sky lightening up a little bit over to the east.
Mm-hmm. But it's getting very close.
It's enough a kindred can notice it. Yeah, you've got a good 30 minutes before the sun comes up. It starts to really starts to come up.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a break for the dead man's,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna sleep in the speakeasy, just because I don't know if I'll have enough time to make it back
Okay.
to his haven.
And as you're running away, a couple of lights come on in the neighboring apartments because like I said, he was squealing when you started tearing into him that first time.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it's he's hoping it gets light enough that this guy just burns. Actually, he's gonna drag the body with him far enough to where he's sure that no one will be able to get him inside in time.
Okay.
Then he'll leave.
So you drag him like, let's see here. Right about here in the middle of this little wedge.
Yep.
Is a big sized church with a big open parking lot.
Nurch.
Poetic. Yeah. He'll leave it there. And then he'll make a break for the dead man's drink.
Okay.
How very Catholic of you.
And then
I'm
he'll just
surprised the church isn't listed on this map.
he'll just sleep in that little, effectively, very tiny broom closet of a haven in the speakeasy, and that'll be where he sleeps.
Okay. When he gets there, Walter, are you still there? Or did you go back to your place? Oh no, you were waiting on Emma to show up, weren't you?
He was waiting for Emma to show up, but if he would have noticed the time, he would have put a message in the group chat of, "Hey, sorry, can't stay much later, heading back home." Because he highly doubts anybody's going to be trying any stunt this close to, daybreak.
Well, that's what
I'll
ghouls are
reply
for.
back. I'll get you in the morning. By morning, evening.
You get a thumb up emoji.
Also, I just made 3 successful rouse checks. I'm going to heal 3 superficial damage.
Okay.
I thought it was 1 for 3.
No, it's 3 rouse checks for 1 aggravated, and you can only do that once a night. But you can make as many rouse checks as you want to heal superficial damage.
Superficial. I just thought 1 rouse check was for 3 superficial damage.
I don't think so. Let me
No,
double
I
check.
don't think so.
Hmm.
You can heal quick, but not quite that quick. But anyway, everybody gets safely tucked away from the sun.
Mhm.
Just
Got my
as
little explosive drawer.
the sun is rising, and we will wrap there because it is right at 9:30.
We lived.
Well,
We lived.
you continue to exist anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody had fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hope anybody that came by to watch enjoyed it or comes by later to watch. If you're looking for more games, look at the schedule below. Direbear's got more games. Not exactly sure how many right now, but check the schedule.
At least 3.
And we will see y'all again next week. Again, I was your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me has been Sarah playing Emma, Jeremy playing a GDO, Duba playing Walter, and Eric playing Kyle. And we will see y'all next time.